What's up, one and all? This is the Peace Dealer presenting Earth. I know we're in a state and period where getting heavy and up in arms in their so-called nationalism, but the one thing you never want to forget is after all that petty crap, yeah, the height of peoples in their own nations, after all that petty crap is seen for what it is, you remember you are an earthling. You are a representative of this earth, the world. No matter what kind of boundaries and division that is, frequency level programmed and influenced to kind of make you forget. And that we are all one. We are earthlings, okay, regardless of what nationality you feel you are. Rep your culture, make sure you represent your culture to the fullest extent, but remember, earthling, because this is a South Node in Aquarius. When these aliens start to invade personally your frequency, they're not going to invade everyone. Some of them, some of y'all summon aliens for some reason. Some of you have been trying to tap into galactic frequencies, and now they're going to ping you, through the South Node Aquarius. And they're not going to give a goddamn about where you're from, okay? They're not going to give a goddamn about what color you are. They're not going to care about what the hell where in the country you are. All they want to know is, where in the galaxy are you from? Oh, you represent the Milky Way? Is that it? Okay. Okay. So with that being said, welcome to the psychic baptism. This is a dark moon balsamic phase that will change your life. But that's just super redundant to say, because every day in the past 10 years, every day in the past 10 days, your life has been transforming and changing on a subtle level. So I just want you to see, we walked into Leo season and we set in a very important intention to live from our hearts, and with the power of destiny, really step in to all of what we really love and who we really are. And now, as you've been going through this cycle, because it's all a cycle, this is all a cycle. Now that this is coming to the balsamic phase before the next new moon, this is like the change of all changes. This is where everything's going to crescendo. This is where you get hindsight. In this case, this is where you feel what you love. You start to get emotional understanding for what it is your heart truly loves. So if you've been getting emotional, if you've been getting really angry, if you've been really getting like super triggered, which it's really hard not to, if you just look around, that's good. That's good. This is because the sun is on Mars. So we have this kind of, we put a leash on anger. When people like lash out, we make it seem like it's bad when you get super emotional. How else are you going to release it? How else are you going to release it? Because if you don't and you keep that pent in, this is what now blends in and with other frequencies with what you do doesn't allow you to be nice and calm. So if you're getting triggered, but specifically getting really angry, all right, you can be angry because you opened the fridge and somebody stole your food. Are you going to like flip a table? Because you should. If Mars was maybe in Cancer or Virgo, I'd say, hey, chill. Be a little bit more compassionate, but you really want to get this out. You really want to cry out whatever energies you have, especially with Venus in Cancer. Your hearts are like broken. A lot of your hearts are feeling it. Venus is in Cancer and it's opposite Pluto in Capricorn. So Pluto in Capricorn is breaking down to Venus. It doesn't matter how good you are. There's just like so much ridiculous reasons for why you may not want or be able to have the love that you desire. Classism, racism, prejudice, these are things that are touched on in cardinal signs because they show you who you are, right? Venus in Cancer is feeling into how you feel about yourself. That's why it's a very sensitive area. And it's squaring Libra, which we'll get into, but it's opposite Pluto in Capricorn. And this is having to deal with some ridiculous insecurities about yourself. Every single person walking this planet is going to put on a face like they're super secure and like they got it in the bag and that they're confident. Every single person is getting attacked because this is so brutal, intense Capricorn energy that it's not even so much that it's just hate or coming sideways. You're having to deal with core emotional issues in your heart that break you down at a core level. Some people are allowing this to help them raise like a phoenix. Others are letting this like destroy them. Good luck. It doesn't have to be those two extremes, but it's something to be very mindful of. But before I start this broadcast, I would like to do a special meditation. I'm really coming into the reality that this world consists of frequencies and energetic vibration. So one blessing that Cancer season and Leo season gave you, Cancer season was to teach you that you need to be mindful of your prana. You need to be mindful of the vibrations you project, and you need to be mindful of the vibrations that you allow to project to you. Did you know that if somebody prays for you, if somebody actually prays that they follow your way of life, if someone has sincere intentions, they're like, damn, I just wish this person would be a Muslim. I wish this person would be a Christian. Or I wish this person would just follow this way. Even though their intention is sincere, that's a consistent vibration. The theory of non-locality is not a theory, it's fact, right? So that can hold you down. Some of you may be entertaining people in your life who psychically hold you down because you feel like you owe them. You feel like you're close to them. And they have certain intentions for you that if you haven't addressed, can hold you down because they don't have to be physically there to affect you. That intention, other people's intentions, there's something you can't escape. And that's the Gaia mind. That's the matrix frequency firmware that keeps you tied down and teaches you how to think. It's as conscious as it is unconscious. And what's important to understand about this is you have the keys to break free through it with your deep diaphragmatic breathing and also with being very aware of this energy. Okay. Be very mindful of your energy right now. This is why I say this is a spiritual war. There could be people who are mad at you. All right. Like think about famous people. People who are famous get a lot. It's extreme. Like they get a lot of love from a lot of people beaming at them. That makes you powerful. Or they get a lot of hate. Okay. Some of you right now are dealing with people who they're obsessed with you. All right, they can't get over you. You have some exes whose energy are lingering because you could try and cut cords, but it's still something constantly that you have to do. Some people literally slow you down because they're constantly thinking about you. And so now your energies are commingling, even if at a distance. This could be positive, this could be negative. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I'm bringing this out, the reason why I'm talking about psychic energy like this in Cancer, this is where you feel it. This is the murky waters of the spiritual world. You know what I'm saying? So the dark side to this is a lot of you are not. If a lot of you were aware how much negative, intentional, vibrational energy gets projected on you on a daily basis, you would be literally walking out your house in a medieval metal suit because you would take this more seriously. But you are entrained to not take it that seriously. And this is going to be a period where if your eyes are open, you start to see unconsciously people start to block you from these realizations. A lot of you really sleep on the dark side. It's intelligent to a degree, but I'm inviting you right now to awaken, and awakening is always an eternal process, but I invite you right now to awaken into a very special baptism. The moon is in Cancer, Venus is in Cancer. We are going to imbue the energy of Cancer in the beginning and end of this broadcast, all right? To really set you forth on a very psychic adventure and journey. Because once the moon goes into Leo and we really step in to this eclipse, a whole lot of you know, a whole lot is going to shift, and a whole lot is going to definitely move in ways that surprise you. Because when the heart is involved, when the heart is involved and you're in positions where you have only the courage of what you stand for, this is what's going to, and listen, destiny's involved here. So this is what's going to show you how things set in place. Yesterday was a clear indicator. Yesterday, the sun was on the north node, and you saw, you saw like what this meant for you. You were really illuminated what the next lesson of this is about to be. Okay. For example, my north node is in the 4th house. If you're a Taurus rising or a Taurus, the south node would be in my 10th house. So the way this kind of worked for me is this really showed me, damn, like I kind of really need, I really need to find my soul family. It really, like, yesterday really made me profoundly aware of how much I had it all wrong on what family even means, and how, like, if it doesn't align with what I do, it's I have to, like, who I thought was my family because of blood may not really be my family. Like I thought, maybe there's an intergalactic truth to this. So regardless of what house this is in, of course, you know, for those of you who join me in the New Moon in Leo webinar, I'm going to talk about specifically what sign and what house, how this will affect you. But yeah, this is going to continue on, because now we're in the balsamic phase of the moon. And when the moon is in Cancer, for those of you who remembered, let's see if some of you really remember what I say. When the moon is in Cancer, what happens? You get gaslighted. So this gaslighting is going to be the most pivotal gaslighting. This is the gaslighting that will uncover a lot of your psychic potential, because a lot of you really feel like you have unlocked a lot of your psychic potential now, and you have no idea how much more powerful you even are. Every kind of collective activation was to get you through this, because the moon's going to join in Leo and your heart is going to literally activate at a great level. So what determines whether you awaken or not? It's not that we're more awakened. It's not that we're more spiritual. It's not that we're better than the average person or the other person. It's that you are actively deciding to be mindful of your vibration. You're deciding to be mindful of what you perceive, and you're deciding to be mindful of what you love. Okay, this conscious projection sets you apart from people who live in autopilot and let literal spirits and also their negative thoughts, their negative actions influenced by spirits literally like run their lives like sleepers. Okay, this is very important, because once again, we are walking into an eclipse that will awaken your highest self. This is why in the eclipses that I did meditations with you, so that you call in your higher self, it beams you with light, and it's preparing you for this. Because you have to, in order to access this awakening, you have to actually mindfully activate it. So the dark forces cannot stop you. This is the secret. The dark forces, I talk about how sinister the dark forces are, but the dark forces cannot physically stop you from being mindful. But the dark forces can distract you. The dark forces can distract you with false doctrine. The dark forces can distract you with peer pressure. The dark forces can distract you with programming. They can make you eat food that gets sluggish. When I say that, you have to be very mindful of your vibration even now. Like I'm saying, are you aware of people negatively projecting vibrations towards you? If you have done the 33-day ritual, chances are you will, because this is the whole purpose of establishing a network with your spirit guides and the higher forces that you pray and meditate with. They are going to be your real circuit so that they can tell you, hey, you're getting this vibration. What you trying to do with it? Or, hey, this is what you're going to do. Do you want to raise the vibration? It's going to make you a lot more aware. It's definitely going to make you a lot more conscious of your choices and your decisions, or regardless of how you dedicate more awareness to what you do. Regardless, though, are you very aware of your energy right now? Because this psychic baptism that we're engaging in is utilizing the moon's receptivity in Cancer to have you really feel this energy deeply, and then taking Pluto so that we can transmute this. This is a baptism that's going to make you a lot more aware of the spiritual world. So let me tell you something. If you don't, there's some of you may not want to do this, and I would really just stop the broadcast right now. So let me just tell you at least 5 things that you could expect after we do this. Don't think that I have any special powers because this will work. The effectiveness of this ritual is because we have more than 200 people watching right now, and we're all pulling our energies together. So it's the energy in numbers and the evocation of these frequencies that make this relatively simple. We don't have to do any long drawn out ceremonies. Although if we did, that would be much more potent. Regardless though, the reason why some of you may not want to do this is if you have a very strong aversion to really seeing that other side, after you do this, some of you are going to start to see through people's behaviors. Some of you already do, but this is going to make you so much more aware of it that you may feel like you're in the twilight zone. All right, water signs, this is your life already, so there's nothing I can warn you about. But some of you, this is going to kind of keep you a bit removed at first. It's not until Pluto and Aquarius that everyone else will catch on. And the reason why other people don't catch on, this is why I said before, it's not like you're better than others because you step up courageously for this activation. You're doing the spiritual work to deal with your demons that most people don't want to do. It's not that other people can't do it. There are other people who are psychic too. People get misconstrued. They think just because you're psychic, you're spiritual. You being powerful psychically does not make you spiritual. One of the biggest misconceptions. That's why you can be very evil, but also super psychic. Like power is different from spirituality. All right. But regardless of that, and regardless of people not necessarily using this right, the reason why you want to be mindful of this is you can get a little bit removed, and it's going to really reveal a whole lot of, or rather, let me backtrack again. Some people they're psychic, but they don't want to wake up. What we're dealing with still is a majority of the human populace hitting the snooze button. And so it's like you're not necessarily allowing yourself, or others are not allowing themselves to wake up because they see how real it is. All right. What does it mean to be spiritual? This is a very great question. Spiritual is the 12th house of astrology. You have to let in your lifestyle is your 6th house. People try and let their spirituality revolve around their lifestyle, and that is why they fail. You have to let your life, your 6th house, revolve around your spirituality, your 12th house. Your spirituality is the understanding of your way of life. It is the application of your religion to where your energy and the way you perceive life is unified with your beliefs and your attitude. And once again, you see it reflected in your lifestyle. So spirituality is not necessarily people confuse spirituality with morality. One's morality influences their spirituality, but your spirituality is literally the essence of you. That's why it's actually more personal than it is like a concept. There's you know, like there's differing philosophies, there's differing spiritualities, but ultimately this is what spirituality ultimately is unifying the realm you can't see in frequencies, and bridging and unifying that with this real life. Although I didn't make a longer video about that, but regardless, once again, or like Iraq just said, living your personal truth is the application of your spirituality, right? So this is very important though, because you know, some of you are trying to wake up people. We are beyond the time where you have to wake up people. You really just have to you really, really just have to be mindful of what you're doing in your own energy. Some of you are still trying to play the conversion game, and that's disrespectful to the people you're trying to awake. They're not stupid. Please don't think these people are stupid. A lot of people are acting stupid, but they're not stupid. All right. They've had the encounters with spirit. They want to hit the snooze button. That's their decision. Okay. Make the mindful decision to look beyond the realms. So what this baptism and what a lot of you are already coming into this broadcast with is, with your heart, you're making the personal decision to activate your sixth sense and to literally like connect with the divine. This baptism is going to be an expression of your commitment to every day walk with spirit. So spirit's going to show you some stuff about people, more than you already know. Some of it is going to be hard to accept. And when it's in effect, you're going to be seeing into what other people may not see. So you may not be able to, you're going to feel like a Cancer. You're going to be like a Cancer for a hot minute after this baptism. I'm not going to lie. Especially as we step into Virgo season, like you're going to experience things where you literally can't say to anyone because they won't get it. So this may not be for you. Some of you, this sounds all spiritual. This sounds all positive. This could bring in a lot of social anxiety if you're not ready to deal with the shifts. There's a lot of powerful people in the live chat, so their energy is also going to influence this activation and baptism for you. Cancers are very psychic, so we're going to be channeling this energy, and you're going to receive insights about people through how you feel that are projections before your rational mind can make sense of it, and it could be a lot for you to handle. So if you don't want to deal with this, because this energy is not going to tell you or sugarcoat, you know, things to make you get along with the person. It's going to tell you legit. All right. If you're honest, if you're ready for this, this is going to prepare you for Jupiter and Scorpio and for the divine RPG, where we're having civil war and world war, where you have to stand up for your own vibrations and take care of others who cannot help themselves. Trust me when I say there are going to be corporeal forms of your Kirks, of your actual individual power. This is what you spent since Aries season developing for your benefit, and so that you could really truly be your greatest and best self. If I can go a little bit ahead before we really start this baptism, what this is preparing you for is Saturn in Capricorn, because the Saturn in Capricorn is going to be the most This Saturn in Capricorn is about to be the most intense transit you've ever faced. This is the kind of transit that takes away all your first world problems and makes it serious. Like, a lot of people aren't really going to be joking, because time's going to be more serious, all right? And personally for you, you're going to have every single thing that you need in tow to fully bring out the greatness of your spirit. But let me just translate this in a more like serious way. This is the manifestation of your superpower. Everyone has one. And if you're not training, your superpower could be that you're a super idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to embellish the traits that you already have. Just because it's super doesn't mean it's good, right? Just because, and this is what's going to make this a very chaotic period. This is going to be the beginning, and it's sparked off by this eclipse. This is going, if you think about the next eclipse that's going to happen in Cancer and Capricorn, that's going to be when Saturn's in Capricorn. So this is the first time in a long time where humanity is going to start to develop a more realistic relationship with their super abilities. And it's not so much that it's super abilities, it's really just more the concentration of your own unique abilities and skills that you're now able to gain more awareness of, and of how to integrate into your lifestyle. And to really be very interesting, but because a lot of people are going to use these gifts for negative stuff and bad, like, trust me, you can count on people trying to drain your energy, like incubi and succubi. You're going to see people hop in your dreams and try and like have sex with you and drain your energy, and you have to fight. Like, just say from 2018 to 2025, you're going to be fighting. This isn't the type of war where you can just watch on the luxury of your screen. Everyone is going to be fighting harder than they're already fighting now. It's going to be to the point where you thought you were fighting down, but that was just a warm up to prepare you for this. All right. Shout out to Aries. Y'all been waiting for this. Y'all been wanting a battle for a long time, so it is what it is. So anyway, I totally advise you grab a stone. This is the first part of this baptism. If you don't have a stone, you don't need a stone. It's totally okay. But I would like for you to take a couple deep breaths, and as you breathe, picture yourself breathing in molecules and atoms of energy, nourishing your body, okay? So energize your body right now. Once again, it's sponsored by Venus, the morning star, and the moon in Cancer. And, you know, if you didn't really know about the secret psychic genius or the secret psychic mastery of the vibration of Cancer, you are invited to receive this into your vessel. Okay, this is why I advise for you to have something that you can ground this in, so that you can constantly keep your mind focused on it, and you can charge the energy to it too. So that, for what it's worth. That being said, for those of you who don't really believe in this, like, if you have any doubt walking into this, I wouldn't do this. Because let's just be realistic. I'm bringing a rock and I'm saying that we're going to baptize by invoking energy of the planets. That might not be realistic to some of you. Some of you aren't there yet. Some of you can't even really conceptualize how this is real energetic channel. You know what I'm saying, that's okay. Like, it's better for you to just kind of decide not to. The reason why I'm saying that is this doubt is going to Mercury and Virgo that needs realistic, literal facts of what Neptune is calling. If you're going to walk into this not fully believing, this is going to open portals in your own mind to let dark forces from the darkness of that doubt mess with your mind. So only walk into this meditation if you purely understand that we are about to baptize ourselves with the power of Pluto and Venus. This is going to be very, 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 very profound. The earth may not shake, but, oh, Jeffrey McClendon just pulled the moon, the card of psychic abilities. Word. So thank you, Jeffrey. It's a wrap. So really tap into the moon right now. I'm gonna give you some more time to just take deep breaths. And as you breathe deeply, first of all, if you're not watching this live, you can still benefit from this. All you have to do is just participate. We are doing it in this space and time to carry the vibration for you, as YouTube will fix this. But as you breathe in and out, I want you to literally feel any stress dropping from your body. Any stress you're attaching to, just feel it not only dropping, but literally just like melting. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do this. Because we're all like connecting right now, I'm going to guide this in a couple of ways. All our energy is kind of combined, so handling certain issues some of you are going through. All right, it's kind of like different parts of the body. All right, so some of you are dealing profoundly with close, and we have to clear this before we do the baptism, because if this is in the way, other people in the live chat are going to get stuck in it. All right, so some of you are dealing with profound blockages of guilt. Some of you are carrying a lot of guilt right now, and I can't channel more with this energy until we clear this guilt. So everybody, focus on white light coming down your crown, dealing with guilt specifically tied to someone in your family. And this doesn't have to be someone blood. And please, there's a lot of people, so I'm not trying to say this for effect. I'm not trying to say this so that someone's like, oh my gosh, I've been guilty. It's a very high probability that someone's going to be guilty. So I'm not trying to do this to look magical. I'm just saying these are energies we have to clear, okay? Most of us are probably going to deal with these issues, but a lot of you are dealing with guilt. This is fourth house guilt. A lot of you feel like you have to put up with the suppression because you are related to these people. I'm going to say this one more time. A lot of you feel like you're indebted to your family, and because they raised you, you have to put up with that suppression. I need to let you know right now that is a lie, okay? That is actually a lie that's holding your vibration down. So I'm not necessarily saying this in a sense to where you kind of contemplate this. This is guilt. This is guilt for being who you are. This is guilt for being who you are, so that you have now made other people feel less of themselves because you were yourself, and you have guilt for that. That is in your vibration. You now have to let this go. So let this white energy flow, and now feel your guilt releasing. Do y'all feel that right now? For those of you who are kind of tapping into everything, like, all right. Gabrielle Ether said, that's exactly how I feel, but I'm interested in how you said, I didn't even know it was guilt. That's the most important part. It's not going to register as guilt at first, because it's going to be overlapped and painted by multifaceted layers of bullshit. Okay, all to make you, because remember, when narcissists or manipulators manipulate you, it's all for your benefit. And listen, okay, the next thing we need to clear, and this is everyone, I feel, everyone, you really need to release like a lot of shame. A lot of you need to release shame for your mistakes, because some of you have dealt with abuse since you were born. Like some of you were 5, 4, 3. You dealt with stuff that you couldn't control, and you're holding on to that. You're holding on to that, all right? This is stuff that it could take people years. This is stuff that it could take people years to let go. I need you to let this go now. You do this. Shame is not, the shame is not you. You should not identify with this. The shame is not you. You are way better than that. And you have genuinely done everything you can to let go of this. And there are people in your life who subtly remind you of this. They may not outright say this, but you cannot be guilty of yourself, because you're blaming yourself for not letting go of what most people will not allow you to walk away from. Some people want you to identify with that past. Some of you walk in situations, we're still in the meditation though, some of you walk into situations where you come awakened, and then people try and bring you to the past. Like, remember when we were like this, where they can subconsciously control you. And this is someone who might have good intentions for you. They may not know. Usually they do. That they're trying to put you back in that box. I need you to let this go, all right? And if it hurts, feel that pain, because it should hurt. You never deserve to be hurt like that. Like there, and it's just not fair for you to blame yourself that as a child, as a psychic sponge getting all this programming, let this baptism wash this away. Now, mind you, we're not there. I'm not some pastor laying hands on you. This is you letting this go, because before we can, what this baptism is going to do while you're taking breaths, right now you have white light that's shining down your crown, right? What we're going to do is we're going to invoke the energy of Pluto, and we're going to invoke the energy of Venus, okay? But if we invoke the energy of Pluto while you still have this stuff attached, it's going to screw you up. So right now, we've let go of the shame. We've let go of the guilt. Some of you have walked into situations where you felt shameful for when that was what you were supposed to do. That's where the guilt comes in. The guilt comes in from you blaming yourself for doing things you were supposed to do on your purpose. You lived your purpose. If you have any kind of guilt for living your purpose, and for walking your path, please let that go. We cannot move forward until we let that go. So I'm gonna give y'all like a good 2 minutes to just really breathe this out. Me, myself, I've been clearing a whole lot of that myself. So I too have guilt and shame. All right, this might make some of y'all get teary, so if you cry, just let it all out. All right, this is straight Venus, and this sucks because this was not supposed to happen. If you feel like crying, you have to let it all out. This Venus is in Cancer. Like if Venus was in Capricorn and the moon was in Capricorn, I'd be like, tough it up, y'all, tough it up, y'all. But this is Cancer, like the moon, the Chiron's in Pisces. Let this out, whether you're watching live or not. All right. The guilt as we're clearing, and releasing this energy, guys, I am so sorry. Like I don't want to really apologize on behalf of this energy, but listen, this is now your heart. We're having to release your heart now. Okay, so far we just released lower energies. Now we need to release your heart. Okay, you have been lied to. You have been made to feel that you have to be good enough to deserve someone's love. Some of you, the universe has led you by signs for this beautiful soulmate relationship energy, okay? And you've been denied. And you've made yourself feel like you weren't good enough. And It's been everything. Some of you don't realize how strong you are because some of you still choose to love despite that. And you owe yourself all the credit in the world. But listen, some of you have been lied to. Some of you have done the work spiritually to open up for relationships, and it still didn't work because that other person didn't show up, because you made yourself feel guilty because you were you, and you've made yourself feel like you have to be cooler than you are, and it's not your fault because you brought yourself, and people didn't want to accept that, want to believe that. All right. You really need to release the pain and the grief that's in your heart, because it hurts when you get rejected. It hurts when you want to love somebody and you don't get loved back. All right. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about in cases where you're obsessed with someone or you want to get with someone and they don't necessarily bite. Maybe they're just not for you. You can't necessarily force people to love you. I'm talking about people who you have loved, who had no right to break your heart. I'm talking about people who you have been committed, your first love, people who've been rejected by parents, people and friends, people in romantic relationships. A lot of you are dealing with rejection, and a lot of you are not allowing yourself to have that W. A lot of you got unfairly treated. Some of you literally have gotten cheated on, and you're like, it's my fault. It's my fault. If only I was more sexy. If only I was more charismatic. I just wasn't this person's type. It's my fault. Even though you might still have resentment for the other person, you may have some grief in your heart and guilt that you are not good enough. And you have to understand you were born good enough. If you literally look at advertisements, there's a standard for beauty. So you are subconsciously programmed to fit yourself in a certain ideal, which is subconsciously letting you feel like you're not beautiful enough. And so when you see microaggressions of people not treating you as seriously because you're not a certain weight, because you don't look a certain way, because, oh, I want someone like you, but they're just not you. That's not true love. You have not experienced true love. And the beautiful thing about this baptism is that it's going to open you up for true love, because it's going to remind you that true love loves you for who you are, not for what you can do. Regardless of if it's unconditional or not, true love loves you for who you are, and you don't have to try and be anyone else than you are. You don't have to feel like you're too boring. You don't have to feel like you have to do anything to be, okay? And I'm trying to say, some of you literally have to release from your heart the feeling that you have to be good enough for someone, all right? So the last thing that we have to release, I hope y'all don't mind that I'm taking my time with this, because I don't want to rush this at all. I would rather we release this energy, because it wouldn't be fair for some people who are stuck with this, because other people are just spiritual. All right, so regardless, we're going to get into a third chakra, crown chakra issue. We have 2 more things to release right now, and then we can evoke this energy. All right. So, first of all, y'all for joining in on this. The reason why there's vibrancy and I feel this energy is because every one of you, a lot of you, are really releasing. So really much blessings. This is really profound, because even though you're releasing for yourself, and Roby, yes, profoundly. Even though you're releasing yourself, this is releasing energy for the whole world as well. All right, let's open all the chakra gates. Great idea, Jacob. The next thing that you want to release, and I am very guilty of this message. So even though I may sound like I'm going off, Like, I'm talking as much as to myself as other people. You need, so one thing that's really blocking you is this illusion of who you think you are. Some of you have been trying to cling to some spiritual identity, which is important, but some of you have been trying to cling way too hard to an illusory image of who you are, and it's actually been getting more than helping you. All right, this is purely you. This is a lot of people in the live chat too. Don't worry, this is something a lot of people are doing. It's a part of, you know, the whole big illusion. But a lot of you are kind of overestimating yourself, and you want to give yourself a more realistic, humble view of yourself. This is actually going to make you more powerful. But any kind of elitist views, and trust me, your dark side is cunning. So this doesn't necessarily mean that you're out here saying, oh, I'm better than everyone. Some of you may be dealing with very slightly subtle micro elitist feelings, like, oh, well, at least I'm awake, you know, I don't have to put up with this BS. I'm awake, you know what I'm saying? A lot of you really know a lot. A lot of you have grown from this path, and your egos, some of your egos may be getting in the way, and not necessarily in a bad way, just in a subtle way that is slowly going to block your vision of yourself. Okay, sometimes our dark sides like to gas us up, so we get so fueled in our ego. All right, this is something a lot of us like to admit, because we're very quick to act humble when we need to, but it's something that you want to not. It's a huge trap. Like, it could really stumble you at the worst time. All right, if you overestimate yourself, this is a warfare. So you want to make sure you back up a whole lot of what you feel. It's different if you're believing something about yourself. So like Jeffrey said, release any narcissism. We all have some kind of narcissism to a degree. Because we all have egos, we all have some arrogance, and a little bit of arrogance is good. You have to balance it. You have to have some kind of part of yourself that messes with yourself heavy when no one else does. But you cannot necessarily let too much of it get influenced by people who are trying to flatter you. They can use you for stuff. And now, the reason why I say this is the last illusion, the last thing, especially, I'm getting a third eye block for a lot of people, and you want to release the doubt of yourself. Because I said you don't want to like overestimate yourself, but a lot of you are underestimating yourself. The reason why some of you are overestimating yourself and getting trapped in false images of yourself, and you're making yourself out to be something, is because you don't believe in how powerful you really are. And so you feel like, some of you feel like you need to make up something when you can actually trust in the intuition. And a select few of you are seeing things that are making you feel crazy. And what's blocking you is that you are trying to use erroneous information as a reference point. Okay? Your third eye is showing you things. And instead of believing in yourself, you're trying to confirm it with other people. This now can open you up to feel like you don't know what you're doing, especially if you have 29-degree planets. That means you're like a leader in the field. So when we step into this, as you release any doubt, you're becoming a spiritual leader. It doesn't matter who you are. Everyone has to be a leader of themselves, okay? So this self-sabotage, like Jennifer has mentioned, this is very important to release, because you're seeing into things that is accelerating at a rapid pace the conscious awareness of your magic and the knowledge of what's going on. So especially if you're a fire sign, you're coming up with realizations at a quantum level before people know how to even rationalize it. That's why I feel bad for Aries. I feel really bad for Aries, because Aries is the most genius sign right now, but what they're channeling is so genius. They're not Gemini. Like, they don't know how to put into words this genius information, because Our society hasn't even come up with the awareness yet. So they just get really excited, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, how do I let these idiots know what's up? They think I'm an idiot because I'm so raw with it. So I see you, Aries. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You just need to really learn to channel this energy more. And once again, release this block. Now, the way you know you're releasing this block is you're going to feel a lot more crazy. This is why I said you don't want, if you're not ready to do this, this will be the block that will block you the most, because you're going to start to feel out of touch with reality for a minute, because as you release these blocks, the lies that you have been told will now start to shed. I mean, like certain fundamental truths that you are going to start to shift, and you're the one who's going to put you on this. No one's going to tell you. So trust yourself, number one. And number two, if you feel like you're going crazy, do you see how that's a boundary set by the dark forces to make you not, come back into your box? The feeling of craziness is you coming into a new perception. So that's why the cognitive dissonance that you have with the system of thought that you are trained to believe versus what you're experiencing firsthand, you need to trust yourself and go with that flow. All right. Really just trust yourself. All right. So with that being said, if you feel like you have ready to release, if some of you feel like you have to actually release some more, release some more. But now, with this white light shining down your crown, I now evoke the energy of Pluto in Capricorn, Cancer, and Moon in Cancer. Okay. This may be funny to some of you because I'm just on a chair talking about I'm evoking the energy, and the energy is evoked. Now you could literally take and receive this energy, and I want you to feel this intense energy washing through your body. Just let it wash through your energy. What Pluto is going to do is it's going to phase its energy through, and it's as simple as just visualizing it. Okay, Pluto's energy, by focusing, is going to clear out your energy body and completely reset it. And then Venus and the Moon is going to now nourish your energy. So let's spend some time just focusing on that. You can personally talk to Pluto and Venus and be like, thank you I evoke your energy. Thank you for cleansing it. And now feel this baptism. Some of you are going to feel an adverse reaction. If you do, just continue to do so. And if you have deep water placements, you're going to feel this. All right. This is where like water signs can really feel out a lot of what I say. And it's like, oh, I don't think the fire and earth signs know. The fire signs can see it, but I don't think that, it is what it is though. So feel into this. Okay. So as you're feeling into this, let me do this. I give free love. Stay blessed. Try and do a 5-minute meditation too to clear the energy. All right, amateur singing bowl skills aside. Woo! Congratulations. We have now began the first part of the psychic baptism. I have one disclaimer. represent the zodiac sign of Pisces, and if you also represent the zodiac sign of Scorpio, I need you to stand up and just feel your energy grounding, because your awareness is more, because you are more aware of frequencies more so than the average person. You want to be in a position to where you're grounding this, because your receptivity of everyone else in the live chat can slowly overwhelm you. Doesn't really mean you'll even feel anything, but I just kind of want you to keep this in mind. Once again, if you are a sun in Cancer, if you have a Cancer moon, a Scorpio moon, or a Pisces moon or sun, if you are any of these water signs and you took place in this baptism, I need to let you know, forget what modern scientists and modern conscious thinkers have defined as logic. You are now creating new lines. And you have a psychic intelligence and awareness that most people will never have. And I'm not going to give you this don't doubt yourself mojo. I need you to understand the battle is coming to you. All right. It's not as if the battle wasn't coming to you already, but you want to be in a position to where you're already acting on the impressions that you're feeling from people, because this is going to actually generate a cosmic cycle, which was stupid to say, but it's going to generate a vibrational that will continue. So I didn't have the words to say this right. With your focus and intent, and you walking into a room, water sign, when people project that negativity from you, you basically just want to go all out. Don't be that water sign that's walking into a room and people are projecting negative intent. You know, someone may not even be looking at you, but subconsciously they're projecting negative intent, and you're just putting up a white shield. People don't know Sun in Pisces can light cast a whole room. Can light cast a whole room and just cleanse it. All right. Cancer can restore people's energies, and Scorpio can like hex your ass. So I'm trying to tell you, Scorpio, when you feel that anger, you're going to have to throw black magic. And this is why I'm trying to tell you, you have to go all out, because this black magic is an expression of negativity, but because it's happening to you, karma dictates that you can turn it around. And I'm saying this in advance in case there's some guilt, because Scorpio, you water signs got it like that. Like a water sign will be hip to how their focus and intention accident, and they're not going to say anything. They're not going to say anything about, nor should they. And I'm trying to tell you, if it went to that, don't feel guilty. Screw them. It is what it is. But I'm an insensitive air sign, so with the earth sign moon, so keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Might not be the best advice. Regardless, the most important thing now, before I after I pull the cards and before I do the super chat cards, what's important, or for the gratitude, we're going to, okay. And so right now, what we did was we evoked the energy and it cleansed our energy. Some of you should feel like a slight buzz. We're going to end this broadcast with doing is setting an intention. All right, setting an intention. And then you're going to take that forward. So before we set this intention, here is squaring Venus. Venus in Cancer is squaring Jupiter in Libra. All right. What this is doing, because of the intensity of Pluto and Capricorn, that is every moment is a make or break moment to define your character in the most intense ways. There is a risk that you have to take. All right. Jupiter is in Libra, expanding the potential for you to connect with people and really balance yourself with different others. But because Venus is in Cancer, Leo energy, you have the opportunity to take a risk and express how you feel in your relationships with people. I'm just going to tell you right now, the square is going to make this very, very awkward. And I need to address, Suzanne, what you said. I am lazy about revenge. I let karma take care of problems and problem people. Very wise, very wise. I don't deal with revenge. I deal with justice. What I'm trying to say is make sure in the spot when people are projecting negativity to you, you have to project to do black magic back, but you have to do something back, whether that's positive or negative. You cannot just accept it. You have to neutralize it in the moment. Some of you, all right, you have to throw that black magic back. That's what I'm saying. And why I'm saying you might feel guilty is you're going to see you're powerful at that. And you're going to see people taking their negativity back. And you just got to let it roll with it. Because that's why I'm warning water signs. Because the earth sign and air sign doesn't have to worry about that. Because people can throw stuff at us, but we're in a mental realm. So it's not going to affect us as much as water. Just keep that in mind. Okay. So regardless, this Jupiter square Venus in Cancer is going to make ridiculously awkward situations pop up, because situations were already awkward as is. You're just going to be around that person who you didn't even have that great first impression with in the first place, and now you're having to speak from the heart to this person. Trust me, it's going to be awkward because we're in Leo season, and this is going to be done so dramatically and obnoxiously. What you kind of want to do is, see, this is kind of easy for me because I'm into self-depreciating humor. I don't take anything seriously, and I love to joke. I love to joke. So if you can make a joke about it, this is going to be probably the most hilarious period for you. Other than that, this is going to be really awkward because now this is a square, so you can't escape it. You're going to have to express your feelings in places where you don't want to. You're going to have to address and answer questions with your actions. This isn't in Gemini, so you're going to be talking about it. With your actions. Like, you're going to have to feel, someone's going to be able to tell if you feel them or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't fake the funk. Your heart's either going to glow up to certain ideas and concepts or not. And you expressing these weird feelings about this is just going to be awkward, okay? I'm the type of person that I can sit in that uncomfort and uncomfortable energy and just kind of like laugh at how awkward this is. Dark humor. It's something that exists. Others of you, this may break you down. And just kind of, it's going to break you down in a certain way because it may make you feel impotent. It may make you feel like you didn't have as much emotional strength as you wanted to. Because Jupiter square Venus is not always positive. This could be Libra being very insensitive and picking apart at the emotions you're expressing because of the irrational nature of the water. Okay, and then Pluto and Capricorn is going to completely purge this, right? So as the moon goes into Leo, really make sure you allow yourself at a profound level to come in and step in to of how you take the deeper feelings in your heart and express them outwardly to people. With that being said, Neptune is still in Pisces and Saturn is still in Sagittarius. So the spiritual integrity of your beliefs has to be so on point to where you're not really tiptoeing with what it is you stand for. It's something you speak about. When you truly believe in something, the passion glows from your face. You're talking to everybody about it because you truly believe in it. So this is what's going to be brought out of you through your actions. And of course, some of you have been on it, you know what I'm saying? So congratulations. But just be very mindful that don't necessarily get caught up in if you're right or wrong. Virgo season is approaching, so we will be shown that is not factual, and we will change because change is constant. We always change. Don't feel like it has to be right the first time and forever. But the level of heart you need to walk into this with, okay, as you baptize and step in with this intention to really harnessing more of this psychic energy than ever before, I, I want you to share with the rest of the world not only your true identity and who you truly feel you are, but also take the key actions before you feel you're ready that will also show this. Over the next 2 to 4 days will literally make or break everything. So if you're like Kamalja, you're gonna be casting a spell. Okay, she a Pisces too, so she knows what she's talking about. Pisces priestess, she a Pisces too. She knows what she's talking about. You feel me? So thank you guys so much for the support. Advise, I have the link to the webinar below. We will talk about, once again, the importance of this eclipse, opening your heart. We're going to talk about the head and how it's going to lead into the full moon in Pisces. That's going to bridge all the existential concepts in your imagination and make them real. It's one of the most magical full moons. So this shift from new moon to full moon, you definitely want to join. Not only will we talk about that, I'll be able to break down on how this will affect what you represent. And the meditation we're going to do is going to be super badass, because this is going to be the rare webinar where on half of the engine and other people in the live chat to clap back on. I won't say it's black magic, but we will smite them for you because Mars is involved. So if you have some people, you don't even have to say their name. If you have some forces or people who you want us to like strike lightning at or like clap back at, we're going to do a lot of clapping back this webinar. So you definitely want to. That's why I started breaking up, because you know what I'm saying, I'm talking about clapping back in the face. But I'm gonna say this one more time, like, if you have certain people you want us to project energy at, if you need extra defense, like, we got you. And I'm gonna be real, like, there's a lot of people that will tell you that's not really ethical. Okay, see, they're trying to interrupt me. Okay, now the reason why I said the angelic association is because it's the angels, Libra, that's going to clap back. I'm a Gemini. I can't clap back, but I can summon archangels and angels to do that good work. So what we're doing is a little bit unethical. It's not unethical. Some people will say it's unethical. It's not unethical because we're evoking the power of Mars, and this is what you have to do. But if you got some people you want to throw some magic to and project some energy, come through. Like, this is going to be that one time when we do it. And you know, if your intent and pure, it's not going to work. If it is, it will. So just letting you know. That's why it cut out, by the way, because I talked about clapping back, and this is how important it is. You know, some people may need that. So it is what it is. Join me live. We're gonna have the Q&A. I'm going to pull a tarot card, a oracle card, and Osho Zen tarot as well. I'll do like a mini spread as well to show you what this webinar eclipse period will do. Join me live. I still got the tarot eclipse reports. Stay tuned. And I would definitely like some healing energy and prayer. I'm stepping into a very intense 6th house transit, so I really want to develop that focus finally to put my lifestyle in order, eat right for real, and to produce the content that I know I'm supposed to produce and I'm ready to produce. Okay, so regardless, your positive vibrations and prayers have been so helpful. They work. I'm gonna be honest. I've experienced they work. I directly receive them from you, so thank you very much. And yeah, please. This dark moon in Cancer is going to be in your 4th house. So this psychic baptism is blessing your sacred space and your home. What this is going to do is shake up your family and that you have either made or come from, and it's going to really show you in quite demeaning ways how you have to really gain respect from where you call home. Anything that doesn't really allow you to do that is going to be shaken up profoundly. So any turbulence is because of a shift that needs to really occur. You tap into your soul energy. But regardless, this is going to open up the secrets of your soul. So this dark moon in Cancer is going to show you stuff that's dark about you that you need to integrate. And we have the star, Aries. So this is very profound. As you integrate your dark side, there's a very evil part of this dark moon that's going to open up, and you need to see it with eyes that show you how it adds to your light. Okay, whatever you're wishing for is coming true. So just know it's a go. That's the lucky card right there. Taurus, this dark moon in Cancer is going to have you see the shade people are throwing. Okay, and you're having to calibrate your sincere emotions with your attitude. Showing if you're throwing shade at people, it's because you're psychically picking up that they're inside their head throwing shade at you. So you need to let that flow. It's dark moon in Cancer, so you may not be aware of it, but this is going to bring up a more psychic awareness of your body. And with the Justice card, Justice has your back and your relationships are being balanced. Regardless of any like legal contracts that you have to deal with, what's more important about this is that the soul contracts you have with people are finally being rectified. So people chaining you, you no longer owe any time or money to. And this is actually important. Okay. Oh goodness. Gemini, we have the dark moon in Cancer in your second house. So you're going to have to confront very dark feelings about yourself. Oh wow. You're gonna have to confront You're gonna have to confront very dark feelings about how you feel about yourself. Did you guys hear Taurus at all? Taurus? I have to repeat Taurus. For sure. Did anyone hear Taurus? Okay, I don't have to repeat Taurus. All right, good. So Gemini, dark moon in Cancer. What we have for you is really feeling into the dark parts of your self-esteem. Every single part of yourself that you don't feel confident about is getting purged. You're about to step into a greater feeling of your self-esteem because you're aware more of your true nature. The High Priestess is saying that the synchronicities you're experiencing so profoundly that make you go are actually truer than you know. And because it's such a high vibrational level, this has to happen in installations, okay? So the High Priestess is saying that for Gemini, your psychic ability is coming through with each synchronicity, but it's also saying that the intuitions about yourself and about others are 100% spot on. And you're going to be even more, you're going to be revealed even more like crazy information to give you the last piece of the puzzle. So the last part of Taurus was saying that the soul contracts that you have are now rectified. That's basically the last part of it. The soul contracts that you've had with people, whatever they owe you is now coming to the surface. Whatever you owe them karmically, you're now like dealing with, all right? So Cancer, this dark moon in Cancer energy is going to have you channel the darkness of everyone around you. And it's going to give you this evil feeling that will instill you with so much power. You want to embrace it, but know that you are inherently holy, okay? So you have to transmute this power. doesn't matter who you're around. A lot of your auras really span large spaces. Like they travel a lot. It feels me. So keep this in mind, because Cancer, with the dark moon in your sign, this baptism is going to have you draw on the negativity from others and then transmit it into power for yourself for this short period. So it might be a little bit, it might feel a little bit weird, but you want to embrace it. You're going to do it anyway. And the Chariot card is saying that you're going to rush forward into victory. So this is an alchemical ascension that's really, really going to incorporate the spiritual and real worlds as you kind of do the psychic stuff you do, you know? All right. And that was very vague, I know, but Leo, this dark moon in Cancer is in your 12th house. Remember, y'all, super chat, after I draw the cards for the 12 signs, we still have to do the final meditation to set the intent, because we evoked the energy, but now we need to set the intent for what it is you want to do with this energy. Even if it's nothing, you still need to set that. So keep that in mind. Leo, this is going to be in your 12th house, so be very mindful, because skeletons in the closet are going to really uncover, and you're going to find yourself trapped in a world of unresolved and unacknowledged emotions that you're trapped from expressing, because it is so complex, people wouldn't even understand it even if they could. So you actually want to create your own special spiritual techniques that you have full faith are working. So if you decide that pressing 3 times on your forehead activates energy in nether regions in your body, you goddamn better believe that it does. And that's it. You can't really look for proof that it does otherwise. This is how you can circumvent the programming. And the star card is talking about profound cosmic realizations that tune you back into the glory and the faith of the universe. So you're going to channel a lot of star power, but it's going to freak you the goddamn hell out, because as you're talking to people, you're feeling what they're saying. And it's like you're calibrating with people in a way where you even feel them lying to you, but you can't tell them that you know that they're lying, because it'll throw things off. So some of you are just going to be mad for no reason. Anyway, Virgo, have the dark moon in Cancer in your 11th house. So expect certain people who you've probably even known very well to manipulate the crap out of you. Okay, they're going to be people, Virgo moon, Virgo sun. Expect certain people to take advantage of your kindness and to take advantage of their closeness to you, so that they can to do something that's against your integrity. This is specifically going to be in your circle of friends, or in the way that you have to express yourself outwards in your community. If you have to engage in something during these 2 days that kind of take away from what it's going to feel very uncomfortable to you. It's going to feel very emotionally manipulative, and it's going to be like, oh, can you do this for me because I know you? Don't do it. Don't do it, especially if you feel like you shouldn't do it. So really keep that in mind. To be or not to be says, what if you don't have friends? Trust me, you about to make a new friend real quick who's going to try and use you. Trust me, Uranus is in the 8th house, so anything can happen. Anything can happen. And yeah, I have the 4 of Wands though, so this dark energy is still regardless going to eclipse and shed anything that does not align with what you hope and wish for, and you're stepping into a very celebratory period. Well, celebratory. A very big, accomplished a whole lot. The past 6 weeks of work you've accomplished, you're celebrating. So this is all coming together. Congratulations. Libra, the dark moon in Cancer is going to take the pettiness in the air and allow itself to attach to you, especially if you get caught slipping. Let me translate this from mystic, spooky garble talk that I just spoke. Libra, this dark moon in Cancer is going to attack your reputation, and you cannot for 1 minute assume that people know the right things about you. There are people who are spreading vicious rumors because you are a threat, and they don't have time to do things the honorable way. You in their path is a block. People's paths to the top and the positions that you hold is getting in their way, and they have to find a way to dirty your name. Even if this has nothing to do with career, this dark moon in Cancer is you. What I'm trying to say is you don't want to be naive, and you don't want to feel like, you're going to feel it in the air, and you can turn this around by exposing it. This is why I said Gemini can't clap back, but Libra can clap back, because you're so intelligent and focused of mind to not only be aware of these microaggressions, but to really apply that justice card and point out who's being unfair. So when you feel this, you really need to call it out on the spot. It's going to be revolutionary, because a lot of people can weasel away out from it. They will not be able to survive your clapback. And I have the Four of Pentacles, so you're going to reach a new level of financial stability, and you're going to be able to gain a lot more, Yeah, Gemini, stay clapping back. That's our problem. We cannot help but clap back. But you're going to be able to garner more security and wealth. I do mean it. Scorpio. This dark moon in Cancer in your 9th house is going to distort the philosophy of life that you have by jaded emotions and a cold cruelty that starkly portrays the reality we all experience. This philosophy is going to be heavily influenced by dark forces in your vicinity, and it's very important for you to understand that what you're seeing with this energy is real, but just because it's real, it does not mean that what you know to be true is wrong. So I'm trying to tell you this because this is going to heighten your psychic ability, and this is also going to show you the meaning of what people around you feel. All right. You know what that means, Scorpio? People are going to be lying. People are going to be lying. You know how somebody will mean to say something, but they're going to hide how they really feel? Scorpio, you're going to see it. The King of Swords is talking about you have to be like Libra and take your sword and call that out. So you Scorpio, you're gonna have to basically destroy people on the spot. All right. And now, whereas Libra just has to call it out, Scorpio, when you get projected on, that's how you have to clap back. You can't take sides. You have to be 100% objective, because this dark moon in Cancer can color your own perception of events by how you feel. Some of you can get so caught in your feelings that you start to forget that, logic is real. So because you'll be able to express this, you can take advantage of this. Sagittarius, I feel bad for you the most, okay? Sagittarius, you got Lilith in your sign, and then the dark moon in Cancer is in your 8th house. I'm sorry, Sagittarius. Yep, look, we got the Page of Wands too. Sagittarius, I don't care if this makes sense to you, because I'm not going to try and rationalize this, okay? The lust demons and the lust, you're going to get raped by ghosts. Let me not even use rape, because that's a sensitive word. You're going to get molested by ghosts. And as these ghosts molest you, they're going to make you so horny. Sagittarius, some of you Sagittarius could be very mature. Me using the word horny might be very off-putting. I'm being honest. Your sex drive is about to be magnified. But you need to understand, I'm not trying to make this realistic for you. Ghosts, lust demons, incubuses, and succubi are going to take your fire energy and rev it up. So you're just OD horny, and you're going to be super in your feelings, and some of you are going to get caught slipping, where you send that text to someone because you just want to just take their clothes off so bad. Sagittarius, you have to do battle the most. You have to be resolved in, nah, you're Sagittarius. What am I talking about? You just wait it out till Leo season, because I'm sorry, like, I'm just joking. The Page of Wands is saying that you can take control over these passions. There's huge risk, but you still have to necessarily take in consider, because you're Sagittarius, you're going to see these energies. And I'm just letting you know, like, if you're going to look at this Wheel of Fortune lovers, you can channel this energy, because some of you are going to have amazing sex to channel this through, but not a lot of you will. And I hope this doesn't really sound like a joke, because some of you are going to literally get possessed by insatiable lust, because that 8th house in Cancer is no joke. Tell me it's a joke. You Sag rising Sag, tell me it's a joke. You're going to get possessed by lust, and it's going to possess you to do things that you're going to wake up and be like, no, why? Well, then again, Sagittarius don't really be caring, though. So it might, I don't know, it might work in your favor. But yeah, okay, because the Page of Wands is saying you actually have to do something risky with that, because you can't just like let it be. You're going to have to release it. Capricorn, this dark moon in Cancer is in your 7th house. So the dark forces are going to possess the people you're in relationships with, and they're going to trigger deep emotional core issues that need to be reflected. This is actually a great period to express deep emotions one-on-one to people. So if there's certain things on your mind and heart you want to emotionally have a powwow to, you want to do it, it will be messy, and that's why you should do it. Okay, but Capricorn, especially if you're in a relationship, just know this is going to allow a deeper understanding of core emotions you're suppressing to surface through that partner. And we have the King of Cups. So this could be a Scorpio individual. This could be someone who, this is distinctively someone else that you're going to have to be dealing with this dark moon, who wants to get into your head and your heart, but doesn't want to outright feel like they're showing you that. They want to be very seductive, and they definitely want you to really kind of like feel more than do with the energy, so that when you're making decisions about this person, it's led by how you deeply feel versus what you think. If you're single, this is someone that's going to really stimulate this. For some of you, this is going to be someone you want to smack. For some of you, it's going to be someone you want to. This dark moon in Cancer is in your 6th house. So there's going to be major interference, Aquarius, because you're channeling at a very cosmic level knowledge to humanity. Trust me, you're telling people at a more fervent level why it's important to actually connect with others, why it's important to actually love. Now, there are Aquariuses out there promoting division because whatever, but the vibration of Aquarius is out here bringing all the knowledge of the universe through the South Node and really enlightening people to their cosmic origins. This is what Aquarius is doing for people, all right? Even if it's just at a vibrational level. So this dark moon in Cancer is going to try and trip you up with the work you do, so that instead of focusing on the work you do, you get so caught up in your emotions that you're not necessarily focusing, especially you aqua moons. The Knight of Cups is saying you need to work with this emotional energy and allow it to get you seductively passionate and to feel into what you're doing as you do it, so you can charge what you're doing. If not, you're just going to get too overwhelmed by the negative frequencies trying to get you tripped up on stuff to get you distracted. All right. And finally, Pisces. This dark moon in Cancer is going to incite a dark lust. Okay. And it's not necessarily going to stay lust, because the lust is going to purify into love. The reason why this is important to mention is because now that we've released guilt and shame, you actually want to stimulate, like, what's the right word to say? I'm getting, what's the word? Yeah, give it to us straight. Raunchy, baby. Raunchy. I'm talking about very raunchy feelings. This is a dark moon in Cancer. You need to bring to the surface any raunchy, or you're a water Sagittarius. You and Sagittarius are in the same boat, except this is going to be, you know how to swim in water. You cannot suppress any raunchy feelings. And this is why I said this week is going to be awkward, y'all, because some of you Pisces, you're just going to really like evoke these feelings for people you're not necessarily even attracted to, but you just have to feel it, all right? And just generate that energy and sway. You don't want to attach to the energy. Just let it evoke and feel raunchy, baby, though. I'm talking about raunchy. The reason why you need to feel it is so that you release it. And that's it. This is going to go into your 6th house, and that's it. We have the Justice card. So as you feel this, the reason why you can't attach to it is because this is going to influence your decisions, but you need to decide logical way. So if you suppress, stimulate in your body, you're not going to decide rationally. So Justice is going to really bring it up. Astral sex it is, like WTV said. And yes. All right. And the card that I have for everybody right now is the Devil card. Unfortunately, you are just too powerful to not keep unchained. So just keep in mind that you are right in front of everything you ever desire, and it's this devil influence of attachments to stuff that we let hold us back that's getting in your way. So moving forward, as we set this intention, you're going to experience a psychic boost in energy due to all of us pulling our energy in together. So don't think I did something magical and you got this boost. We all did this together. And the first confrontation you're going to have is with the devil. This is what's going to differentiate how bad you want this spiritual growth or not. The devil is one of the most necessary forces because we need to be tempted in order to show how resolved we are, in order to show that we can build the spiritual strength to own our temptations and our addictions and not let them own us. So as soon as you end this broadcast, you're going to have a showdown with the devil. Especially if you don't believe in the devil, you're going to believe in the devil after this. Trust me. And I to do, if you're going to let the devil hold you down, or if you're going to break free. So that being said, for the energy that you've evoked, feel it focusing in one point. All right, you could focus this in your heart or in your body, and I want you to set your intention. However long you need setting any intention you want moving forward. What is the intention for this new moon? What is it that you want, that your heart wants to accomplish, do, experience? All right, set this intention. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Woo! Beautiful. All right, congratulations. Congratulations. So I had a rock here. I did a card for your intention, and I got the Page of Pentacles. Isn't that so symbolic? Just like I charged into this rock. This is your offering. This page is your offering to the universe, okay? To the sun. All right, so that being said, thank you once for joining me this call. Now I will be pulling magical message cards, Dorian Virtue, as my token of gratitude for those of you who have donated via the super chat. All right. Thank y'all for joining once again. Queen Deja, I have a daughter, and you are not a mother. So you actually want to express and experience how do you feel as yourself as a daughter, okay? Um, and this is important because how you define yourself specifically as a daughter is going to have much to do with the identity and personality you're breaking free from. If maybe certain things you were told, if there's certain identifications of you being a daughter that you don't like, you have to release that as well, okay? And who knows, your first child may be a daughter too. Woo! All right, Margaret, the card we have for you is debt paid off. The old weight and habit of debt is lifted for you and your life. Marcy Ashe, all right, the card that I have for you is flower power. Spend time with flower and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. To be or not to be, we have autumn. In the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. Woo! Does anyone feel this power? I'm starting to feel this power like activate. My mouth is starting to get like weird. I don't know. The Soul Trekker. Everything's okay, the Soul Trekker. Don't worry, it's all working out in a beautiful way. Don't worry, you'll be straight. It's all good. Laverne Forrester. Laverne Forrester, admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is you truly desire. Lachiargds, how do I stop absorbing, sabotaging myself and balance? I got you. Children, your connection with children is part of your life's purpose. So you need to spend time with children because children are just so focused in the moment. They don't give a damn what you think. They say whatever they say. That's going to get you out of that self-sabotaging mind state that might be too judgmental about what you're set to do. Sheena Lynn, Lynn, I think your spirit guide just like tap me real quick, but we have love life. The basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. Lydia Mihawk, we have dietary change, which I think you've already done, but improve your diet and your life will also improve. Children are savage as fuck. Oh my God. The Wicked 2K8. We have affirmations, bro, okay? To lift up your thoughts and energy and to attract what you desire, use positive affirmations. All right, there we go. Lilac Ocean 420. Oh my God, we seem to have a fight in the live chat. Goodbye to the old, hello to the new. You've finished one part of your life, and now a new and even better part is beginning. Scorpio water sign. Scorpio water sign. Is someone throwing hexes in the live chat? Hold up. Scorpio water sign. We have everything's okay. Don't worry. It's all working out in a beautiful way. Annie Liu. Sweet. I apologize for saying that wrong. I hope I'm saying it right. Annie Liu. But Annie, the card we have is emotional healing. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. Khalil Lewis. We have debt paid out. The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. Melanie Boyd. Melanie Boyd, we also have daughter. The answer to your question involves your daughter. So if you don't have a daughter yourself, then this is going to really talk a lot about. No, it's not really like the first time. To be or not to be, I already pulled your card. But yeah, daughter Melanie, then this is really going to talk about someone in your life. This could even be a friend, an older friend of yours, who's still going to awkwardly have some kind of, well, not awkwardly, but she's still going to be like a daughter to you. All right. And if that is the case, oh, you do have a daughter. Okay. So then in this case, Melanie, your daughter has certain dreams that you're going to help her interpret, but also look to your connecting with your daughter. You're going to really help her understand the next phase of these spiritual shifts, because she's starting to see spirits and understand them in a greater way. And like, you have the vocabulary to help make sense of it for her, and vice versa. Lexi JHM. Lexi, we have assertiveness. Stand up for your beliefs and only say yes if you really want to. Oh, Allie Smith. Well, Nasiha. Boonk Gang? Oh no. Okay. Nasiha, we also have flower power. Spend time with flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. Funny Val. Queen Deji, it's probably talking about your niece. That's a good question. Funny Val, we also have assertiveness for you. Stand up and only say yes if you want to. Oh, nice. Planning a flower garden this weekend. Awesome. Colleen, all my friends. Old hello to the new. You finished one part of your life, and now a new and even better part is beginning. Camera Campbell. Appreciate. I'm glad we always lit. Camera Campbell, we have affirmations. To lift up your thoughts and energy and to attract what you desire, use positive affirmations. Definitely powerful for you. Nice. Psychic and Savage. Awesome. Unique Heartbeat 93. All right. Jesus. Psych, just joking. Let me not use that word. Really. But yeah. We have daughter again. Unique Heartbeat 93. I'm guessing you're born in 93, so I don't think you have a daughter. Is there a niece or anyone young in your life? Because it's only for Queen that I really feel like it's about how she feels herself as a daughter. For Unique Heartbeat, I see this as a very young girl who is looking up to you, Unique Heartbeat, and she almost copies everything you do. So really keep this in mind. Influence is positive already, so you don't necessarily feel like you need any kind of extra guidance. But Nikita, the card that I have for you is Spring. So your desires fully manifest as the flowers begin to bloom. Ruka Haiku. We have Summer. Everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. And it's summer right now, so. Brown Brujita. We have Emotional Healing. So emotional healing is saying as your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. Evangeli. We have business venture. Trust and follow through on a new business idea or career opportunity. Magic. You a Sag. That's magic as hell. Kiyu Mad Kick. The card we have for you is practice, 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 practice. You can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. Kristen Barrett. Kristen Barrett. We have birthday. A significant birthday holds the answer to your question. This is kind of vague because it doesn't tell you what birthday, but I'm just going to leave it at that. A significant birthday. The first one that comes to mind is most likely that. Okay. Shishi. Charlie. We have express your individuality. Boonk gang. Allow your true self to shine because you're awesome. Yeah. You go, girl. You go. You go, Shasha. Carry Button. The card that I have for you is Winter. The answers to your prayers and affirmations are fully realized in the winter months. All right. Brooke Pickett. We have get some exercise. What lessons do I need to learn to stop revisiting in the next couple of days? As your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. So you clearly need to get this physical energy active. And you can learn these lessons by getting some goddamn exercise, Brooke. Miss Kiki, the card that I have for you is perfect timing. This is the right time for you to move forward. And finally, last but not least, April Davison. We have marriage. The fairies join you in celebrating wedded bliss. All right. So the magical message card I have for everyone is a damn exercise. Brooke ain't the only one who needs some exercise. You better get some goddamn exercise your goddamn self too. And I'll see you next broadcast. Peace.